Good evening and thank you for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6, reaching you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital. I am Evelyn Izibili, and now to the news in details. Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebolo has promised to improve learning facilities, recruit more qualified teachers, provide good infrastructure, a conducive learning atmosphere, and secure school environments across the state. Governor Okpebolo made the pledges when he inspected ongoing renovation of some schools in Edo Central, which were hitherto in very bad shapes when he visited the facilities in January 2025. BeeTv News Best Orator completes the report.
Governor see the child project. Easter Sunday, the governor is still working. What a type of miracle working governor is this? If there are some people that they talk of me.
Governor Monday Okpebolo, who since the assumption of office has taken both steps by embarking on people-oriented programs and policies, had earlier declared a state of emergency in the education sector. The governor said he's working to change the narrative in the education sector. The infrastructural development of the Okpebolo-led administration has already transformed many public schools. Many of the schools abandoned by the former government of Godwin Obaseki-led administration now have new structures, including good classrooms and perimeter fencing to ensure the safety of school children. He added that his administration has put modalities in place to ensure that public schools in the state compete favorably with private schools in terms of learning, quality facilities, good infrastructure, secure and conducive environment, as well as affordable fees.
You can see from the right to the left and beyond, there is a lot of renovation going on. The renovation is going on in every senatorial district. So I want to see a state where children will go to government school, pay less fees, and get quality education. That is our goal.
The governor noted that his administration has embarked on construction and renovation of schools across the 3 senatorial districts and also plans to employ more qualified teachers that will ensure that school children get quality education. He says school renovations are ongoing across the 3 senatorial districts in the state and that after this, teachers will get employed.
After this, we're going to employ teachers to say that we bring the quality of education back to the state.
Governor Okpebolo said the goal as a government is to see that every Edo child attend a public school and get quality education that will woo more people to embrace public schools. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Motorists and residents have again called on the Edo State government to fix damaged and non-functional streetlights around the Benin metropolis, which they said have led to several cases of accidents and provided an avenue for criminals to carry out their activities at night. BeeTv News' Osarigwe Agwebo has details of the report.
Street lights are lights that illuminate roads and public areas at night for safety and visibility. However, around the Benin metropolis, many street lights are damaged and non-functioning. A visit to major roads like Iyaro, Donsin, and Akpakpava revealed that many of the street lights are damaged, while some of the poles are falling, others are on the verge of falling down, while some remaining poles have no lights and others with intact lights are not functioning due to stolen cables. Some motorists and residents say the absence of the street lights has affected their areas negatively, as it has led to several cases of accidents and also provided an avenue for criminals to easily carry out their activities at night.
They don't dark, you understand? So everywhere will bright. So even though motor they come, you will see who they come for your side. Everywhere will bright. But like all this dancing now, some not they walk, some they walk. You understand? So in the night, everywhere will dark. You understand? Even the time where the new officer, everywhere will bright. Everywhere, even though you will see needle for ground, you will see. But no. No one where they walk. This dancing, I know they walk.
The original pipe, the way they carry come with the fish, just be like ordinary power. Common breeze, it don't fall. If you see from junction here now to even to main gate, all of them is off. If you look, many of the pipe is off. And it is if it is when they put on this light at the initially, if you see in the night, you see the light will shine everywhere. They bright. You can even walk, even people can stay even on the road even till they break, because everywhere was bright. Now when they put the light on it, not up to 1 month, you see all the whole armor cable They don't know all of the commot. The light is off, everything damaged.
Night, they on. So here go, they on.
They urge the government to urgently repair the damaged and non-functional street lights around the Benin metropolis to help illuminate the area and to ensure a safer and visible vehicular and human movement at night.
So our able governor may come try help us to do this street light for us. Because for night, as this place not the light, all those bad people, then they hide, they rob people for inside motor for here.
If the light from here, from this junction and go reach 5 junction and Uselu, everywhere go they calm despite the insecurity with day and everything. So if light they day constantly, there's no problem in the state. Okay. I believe this new government console now government with the active than the past government. So I believe governors, some of Ekpolo, go do everything well.
It is expected that the government will swiftly repair the damaged and non-functional street light to ensure public safety. Osarogie Agwebo reporting for BeeTv News.
Osegebo Social-Cultural Organization has called on the Okao of Ologbo-Dugdom, Chief Emmanuel Iyase, to drop his alleged ongoing probe on land sales that predates his appointments and other bogus assignments he gave himself in Ologbo-Dugdom. The president of Osegebo Social-Cultural Organization, Ojo Collins, made the call during a press conference held in Benin City, noting that they see it as a deep distraction, preventing him from focusing on his primary assignments and other disturbing activities going on in Ologbo presently. BeeTv News Best Orator has details.
Addressing journalists, the president of Osegebo Social-Cultural Organization, Mr. Collins Ojo, said that the organization believes that the newly appointed leaders of different dukedoms and communities where enigies were suspended hold special privileges and must uphold truth, fairness, and promote coexistence. He said, but instead, some of them have decided to derail into probing land allotments done over a decade ago, which he said the organization sees as misdirection. Collins Ojo said they are calling on the Okao of Ologbo-Dugdom, Chief Emmanuel Iyase, to drop his alleged probe into land sales predating his appointment and other bogus assignments he gave himself in Ologbo-Dugdom, stating that they see such acts as a deep distraction from his primary assignment and other disturbing activities going on in Ologbo-Dugdom.
We, Osegebo Social-Cultural Organization, also sons and daughters of Great Benin Kingdom, believe that all the newly appointed leaders of different dukedom and community where enoges were suspended are now leaders with special privileges, and as such they must aloof the ethics of truth, fairness, and promote good coexistence in their respective designated communities. We are calling on Chief Iman Iyase, the newly assigned Okao to Ologbo-Dugdom, to please drop his own ongoing probe on land sales that predate his appointment and other bogus assignments he gave himself in Ologbo-Dugdom, as we see such as a deep distraction, preventing him from focusing on his primary assignment and other disturbing activities going on in Ologbo presently.
Mr. Collins Ojo urged Chief Emmanuel Iyase to sit up and manage the rising tension along ethnic divide instead of pursuing shadow and personal vendetta with landed issues that predate his appointment.
We like to inform the current Okao in Ologbo, Chief Iyase, to please sit up and manage the rising tension along ethnic divide instead of pursuing shadow and personal vendetta with land issue that predate his appointment.
Ojo also noted that on April 10, 2025, from their findings revealed that some individuals held a meeting in Kolokolo community Ologbo-Dugdom. After the meeting, they were allegedly informed that youths mobilized from unknown sources pulled down the Obaewa the second signboard purportedly to declare Kolokolo an autonomous community. He called on those allegedly involved to recognize that the Shekiri and Benin communities in Ologbo are sons and daughters of Benin Kingdom and have coexisted peacefully.
Recently, on the 10th of April 2025, from our findings, some people held a meeting in Kolokolo a community in Ologbo Dugdom, brought in from Delta State. After the meeting, we were told some youth were mobilized from nowhere, went to pulling down the signboard of our royal father, Oba Ewari II, in order to declare Kolokolo an autonomous community, who were alleged to have masterminded the pulling down of the signboard carrying Oba Ewari II goodwill message to Kolokolo people. It's better you know now that Ishekiri and Bini in Ologbo are sons and daughters of Great Benin Kingdom, who have coexisted peacefully, which was one of the achievements of the suspended Enogie of Ologbo, Prince Jackson Akenzwa.
The Osorewo socio-cultural organization said they will resist any act to destabilize Ologbo Dukedom or any part of Benin Kingdom from overzealous people, as they thanked Oba Ewari II CFR for his wisdom in piloting the affairs of the Benin Kingdom and pleaded for the lifting of the suspension of Enogie of Ologbo, Prince Jackson Akenzwa, whom they believe was a victim of circumstance. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
The Managing Director of Edo State Geographic Information Service, Edo GIS, Dr. Tony Ipasaja, has disclosed how the consultants employed by former Governor Godwin Obaseki allegedly crippled the issuance of certificates of occasion are attended to as quickly as possible. He further disclosed that the agency under his leadership inherited over 7,500 files of applicants who want their land to be registered and captured in the Edo GIS database unattended to by the previous administration. Ipasaja, however, assured applicants that their files for certificates of occupancy would henceforth be treated and captured into the database. A leader of the All Progressive Congress APC from Uromi in Asa Northeast local government area of Edo State, Honorable Kingsley Edogage, has hosted a thank you party for APC leaders in his hometown, Ward 7 in Uromi, Asa Northeast local government area of Edo State. BeeTv News' Celestina Itoya reports that the thank you party was held to express gratitude to leaders of the APC in Uromi, Asa Northeast, for their massive support that led to Governor Monday's Opebolo's victory in September 21st, 2024 governorship election and the recent victory at the tribunal. Best completes the report.
It was an atmosphere of celebration at Amedoshan, Ward 7, Uromi, Asa Northeast local government area of Edo State. As the host of the event, Honorable Kingsley Edogage expressed gratitude to APC leaders in the ward, who include Honorable Sir Chief MD Igbaz, APC Asa Northeast local government chairman, Honorable Emmanuel Abagbeli, former Vice Chairman, Asa Northeast Local Government, Honorable Prince Saturday, Local Government Woman Leader, Mrs. Ruth, and other party leaders for their massive support that led to Governor Okpebolo's victory in the 2024 September 21 governorship election and the recent victory at the tribunal. Honorable Kingsley Edogage said during the 21st September governorship election and the tribunal judgment, the APC leaders in Uromi Ward 7 showed their unwavering support for Governor Okpebolo, which he said prompted him to host and appreciate them for their support.
I want to say thank you, Your Excellency, for the work you've done for us so far and for the things you've been doing around Ward 7. And the leaders you saw here today, they are all from various wards and also are the LGA leader. So they were all here to celebrate with Ward 7 for the Easter season and also to thank Senator Gondo Okpebolo, the executive governor of Edo State, for all he has done for us in this area.
Some leaders of the party commended Honorable Kingsley Edogage for the gesture, stating that they are glad that the state is progressing under the leadership of Governor Okpebolo due to his developmental stride. They encourage other leaders to emulate Honorable Kingsley Edogage's gesture.
Politics as they say is grassroots, so you have to always meet with your people to understand where their needs and hear from them. So we give kudos to my friend and brother Kingsley, who has organized this get-together for the people of Eastern Northeast Constituency 2.
We are here this evening to celebrate with one of us, our leader, our brother, a man who knows that there are people that need to eat. He called this meeting today in order to felicitate and celebrate with the people of Eastern Northeast on the day of Easter, celebrating Easter with them, telling them happy Easter, doing the little we can, helping people, and even giving them gifts for the,
entertained everybody, and we are all happy. So we pray to God to give him life and let him have prosperity and God's blessings.
The event was memorable as the party leaders were lavishly entertained. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Some Nigerians have supported the call for the restrictions of bicycles playing in major roads to avoid accidents and other tragedy. They suggested governments can create a separate lane to avoid accidents. BeeTv News' Pelumi Mokore has details.
The need for restrictions of riding bicycles on major roads is necessary to improve road safety and reduce accidents. This is particularly true for areas with high traffic where bicycles can pose a safety risk, which is mostly seen in Nigeria at large. The restrictions, according to respondents, should also apply to areas like main public roads, vehicle lanes, and emergency lanes. Some Nigerians who supported the restriction of bicycles plying major roads stated that in developed countries, major roads are devoid of such and encourage Nigerian government to follow suit. Others claimed bicycles are open to more harm on major roads and therefore suggested that they should be restricted to streets.
I would suggest that the government should have a way of restricting them from the metropolis, and however, so that at the end of the day to avoid some things that might have brought injury and harms to them.
In advanced country, motor has their own lane, machine has their own lane, bicycle has their own lane. Because things are not working here, that is why everything is turned upside down. So I'm not in a support at all.
It's not a good thing. I feel it's not a good thing. Government should restrict. No. There should be,
Those who are against the move stated that if bicycles are to be restricted on major roads, then government should create an additional lane for them as an alternative, as bicycles are major means of transportation for some individuals.
No, they are very free to use it because it doesn't have any speed aging. You can control it with your leg. That is just all. No, before bicycle will have accident, it's very rare.
The primary reason for the restriction is to reduce accidents between bicycle riders and vehicles, as cyclists can be more vulnerable in heavy traffic and at higher speeds. Pelumi Mokore reporting for BeeTv News.
The member representing Orion Wonwunde Federal Constituency, Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Osawaru, has promised to continue to support sports development in the constituency. The federal lawmaker started this when he graced the football competition between the Aket team of Igbanke East and Idumidin team of Igbanke West. The report.
It was a fun time for sports enthusiasts at Igbanke Secondary School field, where a K team and Dumidi team played to entertain the enthusiasts and to win the grand prize of 300,000 naira, as promised by the member representing Orion Wonwunde Federal Constituency, Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Osawaru, who is also a sports lover. In an interview, the federal lawmaker representing Orion Wonwunde Federal Constituency, Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Osawaru, said the tournament, the spirit of Easter, was to bring communities together and also to support talent at the grassroots. He lauded the organizers of the tournament and sued for its sustenance.
Every Easter, they have this soccer competition. Easter is a big deal in Igbanke. So we have Igbanke West. We do know the people who actually compete city of love and a city of independence and a city of jubilation where people came from different places in order to come and relax and to enjoy themselves. This is a very enjoyable event. I thank God for what has just taken place.
As you can see, if you look around,
I pray God
see
will
everybody's happy.
the sponsors of this event
so I'm very impressed and I don't regret coming here today.
Elsewhere at Igbanke, the federal lawmaker, Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Osawa, in the spirit of the Easter celebration, visited the residence of Ambassador Chief Friday Usiagu and also the women of Igbanke community, where he thanked them for their prayers and assured them that he will attract more dividends of democracy to the federal constituency.
I say make I go to Easter with you today. Yeah, so I come out from Abuja. I say we better go play ball. As we play ball finish, I say we must go see our women. So as I want to go Benin, so I say I come go to them. Make I thank for them. We pray I want that they pray for me too. When me still to the big things for Abuja, we go bring plenty things, don't give you that.
Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Osawa is the member representing the people of Orioma who own their federal constituency at the Federal House of Representatives since 2024. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
In Plateau State, the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru, and the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Nen Watwe Yilwasda, have visited and condoled with victims of an attack in Bassa Council area of the state. The two ministers during the visit met displaced victims of the invasion and promised that the perpetrators will be arrested.
Over 100 people, including women and children, were gruesomely murdered within 2 weeks across Bokos and Bassa Council areas of Plateau State. The Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru, and his counterpart from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Nentawe Yewa, are the latest to visit the state after the National Security Advisor, the Chief of Army Staff, and the Inspector General of Police for the same reason. The delegation holds a brief meeting with stakeholders and leaders of the community. They then convey the condolence and assurance messages of President Bola Tinubu to the locals. The delegation then proceeded to the temporary IDP camp where they met with the displaced victims, mostly women and children.
The President is really committed on this, and he has directed that we must find the perpetrators of this evil and let them face justice. And the security agencies are investigating seriously, and we are on the trail, and God's willing, we'll get to the root of it, and the perpetrators will be apprehended and they will face justice.
The President is committed to ensuring that this first stopped and people will be secured while the rainy season set in. For the immediate relief materials, we provided relief materials to Riyom local government, provided to Shimankar in Shandam local government, provided to Lantan North where there's some thunderstorm in those communities, provided to Bassa here, and provided also to Bokos local government. And this has covered both building materials and foodstuff in those communities that are affected. So we're doing, the President is ensuring that everybody is not, nobody's left behind that is affected in this crisis in one way or other that is not taken care of.
Soher or Semegi reporting for BeeTv News.
The Minister of State for Health, Dr. Isaac Adekunle Salako, is assuring Nigerians of President Tinubu's determination to provide improved access to quality health care across the country. He gave the assurance in Owo, Ondo State during a working visit to the Federal Medical Center where he inaugurated several projects. The report is presented by Esohe Osewengi.
The Minister of State for Health, Isaac Adekunle Salako, is on a working visit to one of the Nigerians' pioneer health facilities at the Federal Medical Center, Owo. The visit is aimed at assessing the available facilities at the medical center, which was established in 1993 and is situated on 58.4 hectares of land. During the visit, the minister used the opportunity to inaugurate several projects, including a new accident and emergency complex, an upgraded dental center, an oxygen plant, and an upgraded psychiatry department. Addressing the management and staff of the institution, the minister said the federal government is committed to addressing the health needs of Nigerians through proper funding of the sector. He noted the President Bola Tinubu is working hard to ensure a good working environment and better welfare package for medical personnel in the country.
The infrastructural possibilities that are there will be optimally utilized to deliver better care to our Nigerians, especially people from Ondo State and our environment. Like I said, the AIE is particularly well located. You must know that since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came on board as president, it has become easier to employ health workers. I think the MD should be able to confirm that. Now we have a waiver within the Federal Ministry of Health that we can issue.
In his remarks, the Chief Medical Director of the Federal Medical Center, OWO, Ahmed Adeab, said the hospital is currently training resident doctors in 11 different departments.
We all know that government is really doing a lot, and for us, this current government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is really doing a lot because of the increase in allocation to the health. And with that, you can see that even all our old buildings were able to renovate them and then to make sure that facilities are available for the health workers to work with.
Soher Osemeke, reporting for BeeTv News.
In continuation of the public holiday declared by the federal government in commemoration of Easter, most public and some private establishments are still on the lock. BeeTv News Freeman Osawe, however, reports that some private organizations open for businesses.
In continuation of the public holiday to commemorate the Easter celebration, government establishments in the state such as the Civil Service Commission and the Secretariat buildings, BEDC office, Edo State House of Assembly, commercial banks and others were under lock. Some persons said the public holiday has given them the time to wine and dine with family and friends, and that it was a way of getting some time off work.
With my friend. I don't have money. I don't already celebrate Pass, so tomorrow I will be resting, and those are things.
We are trying to put this together to resume work tomorrow. As you can see, I'm trying to just fix my phone. I don't want to use this phone. I'll be having issues with it at work tomorrow. So it was really a nice one though. It was restful, it was nice. But like me, I'm planning to go back home in the next 1 or 30 minutes to go and continue the rest.
We want to really appreciate God for keeping us alive. God has been faithful to us. So the holiday is fine. We are all enjoying ourselves despite the economies of the country, but God still keep us alive and we are still celebrating.
My Easter holiday was very, very fine and cool. All thanks to God Almighty for making it a good one, and thanks to Jesus Christ, His only Son, who came to die for us, to wash us clean and make us one with God again.
Others, however, said even with the public holiday, they were still working because their organization did not observe the holiday due to the nature of their job.
I was also in church on Saturday, Sunday, same thing, and Monday, yeah, I'm back to work. I'm self-employed, so I'm always working.
So you never had time to rest?
I never had time to rest.
There's no time for break, you know. I believe the world runs like 24 hours, you know. Okay. And in 24 hours, you're supposed to be imparting to the society. There's no time to rest.
Work is expected to resume nationwide tomorrow, Tuesday, the 22nd of April. Freeman Osawe reporting for BeeTv News.
The governor of Bayelsa State, Doye Diri, has expressed satisfaction over ongoing infrastructure projects in the state. The governor said after an unscheduled visit to most of the project stakes and our project sites. The report.
Contractors and workers were greeted with an impromptu visit to several key developmental sites by Governor Doediri and his entourage, known for his hands-on approach assess the progress of projects, including the 25,000 capacity stadium in the state capital, Yenagoa, the Yenagoa-Poma Okubia Road, as well as the sport community.
We are opening up our communities, and I'm sure that the people of Otuan will be very, very happy, and it will be very historic. They will never forget this in their lives. I am also very happy that the last time I came to Otuan was through Angiama by both with the German ambassador. But today I'm driving into Otuan. Work is still going on, and by the time they finish the work, we'll come and commission this spur to Otuan.
This shows the readiness of His Excellency Senator Doediri to deliver the dividends of democracy to his people. And I can see the zeal as the governor, this prosperity governor, have to make sure that there is development.
What we're doing is setting out in preparation for the actual construction of the 25,000 expandable stadium of international standard.
All areas inspected include the Phase 1 of the Okobia-Okodi Road, Phase 3 of the Glory Drive, and the bridge across the Happy Creek.
I'm very satisfied. The contractors are all doing very well, and I commend them for actually putting in their best. And I believe that at the end of the day, we'll be able to deliver objectives to the people of our state.
The governor's visit highlights areas requiring immediate attention, ensuring that contractors remain accountable for their commitments as well as completing them in record time. Freeman Osawe reporting for BeeTv News.
Last year, Nigeria recorded some progress in the fight against insurgency, particularly against Boko Haram, a group that once held terrorism in parts of the country. Well, these gains may now be slipping as insecurity resurfaces in parts of the country. Harmony Agbafo has more.
What once seemed like a return to normalcy in northeast cities like Maiduguri and Damaturu is now being disrupted. Previously, attacks on places and schools were rampant, making it nearly impossible for children to learn. Severely in the northwest, a criminal gang called Lakaruwa continued to wreak havoc, engaging in kidnapping for ransom, cattle rustling, and violent attacks on villages in Kebbi, Zamfara, and Sokoto states. The progress recorded in 2024 in combating insecurity appears to be unraveling. Violent incidents are once again on the rise across the northwest, southeast, and north central regions. Though it is the Easter season, some communities have become theater of bloodshed. Clashes between farmers and herders have left over 50 people dead in Plateau State alone. An attack the state governor described as unprovoked. A mass burial was conducted for recovered bodies from Zeke and Kimakwe villages in Plateau Bazaar districts. These attacks often coincide with the raining season, lasting until October, a critical period for farming and food production. According to Amnesty International, at least 1,336 people were killed in Plateau State between December 2023 and February 2024. Out of the victims, 533 were women, 263 were children, and 540 were men. Additionally, over 29,554 people were displaced, including 13,093 children and 16,461 women. The organization says these figures paint a grim picture that communities have been left at the mercy of rampaging gunmen with little protection from the authorities. In what appears to be a desperate move, the governor of Plateau State has called on citizens to defend themselves.
We've come here together with the GOC, the Commissioner of Police, and the entire security apparatus in the state to reassure you that we are ever committed. I know that you have reason not to be happy with some of the operations in the past. But I want you to know that whatever lapses there are, we have taken decisions to correct them. We have come to a point in time in Nigeria where every community must make arrangements to defend itself.
While some interpret this as a call to anarchy, security experts argue it reflects a breakdown in state protection and a cry for survival. In response to the recent killings, the Inspector General of Police has directed DIG Dali Yakubu, the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of operations, to lead a critical intervention team with substantial reinforcements.
We continue to work tirelessly until we're able to solve these problems. The criminals are exploiting the obvious fact that it is not possible for us to cover all the vulnerable communities in Plateau State with manpower. But what we cannot cover with manpower, we will look for other ways of covering them. This cannot be allowed to continue. I don't want to say much on this, but I will say that these criminal elements will soon be surprised, because I know that their days are numbered.
National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Ribadu described the attacks as unacceptable and called for an immediate end to what he termed a circle of violence. Nigerians remain alarmed, especially as investigations continues on the unresolved killing of 16 hunters in Uromi, Esan Northeast local government areas. Harmony Agba for reporting for BeeTv News. What once seemed like a return.
The Civil Defense Officers' Wives Association has donated about 2.5 million naira to support the children of officers of the command who died in active service to the country. The event took place at the NSCDC headquarters in Oshogbo. The report.
To normalcy in northeast cities like Maiduguri and Damaturu is now being disrupted. Previously, attacks on places and schools were rampant, making it nearly impossible for children to learn. Severely in the northwest, a criminal gang called Lakarua continued to wreak havoc. What once seemed like a return to normal. In Osun State, no fewer than 15 officers in Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) have lost their lives while serving the nation, leaving behind wives, children, and other dependents. To support the families, especially the children, the Civil Defense Wives Association organized this event and donated 2.5 million naira to assist with their educational needs.
We have to make them to feel, not to feel much of the absence of their father. So that's basically the main motive of this program. And we want to let their parents know that they are still part of us. We still have them in mind. We still remember them. A tree can never make a forest, as the adage says. The more the merrier. We really appreciate if the government can help with this, so that the officers' wives and children too will know that government still have them in mind, always put them into consideration and remembrance.
The state commandant of the NSCDC also reaffirmed his commitment to promoting initiatives that ensure continuous support and well-being of the children of the deceased officers.
As the event unfolds, we'll be paying the tuition fees of the children of our fallen heroes. We are just starting. This is just the starting point. It's an ongoing program. And so, if you are not captured now, be rest assured that you will be captured very soon.
Wife of the Osun State Governor was also in attendance. She appealed for more support from individuals and organizations for the families of the fallen officers.
I remain committed to initiatives that uplift families, empower women, and protecting our children. I believe that when women come together for a cause, transformation becomes inevitable.
None of the wives or children of the deceased officers were willing to speak with journalists. The highlights of the event include goodwill messages from various dignitaries. Harmony Agbafo, reporting for BeeTv News.
Respondents have emphasized the need to prioritize and invest in innovations in Nigeria as the world marks World Innovation Day. BeeTv News Freeman Osawe reports that respondents said more needs to be done in ensuring Nigeria is in competitive position with its counterparts in innovation. The reports.
Innovation, broadly defined, is the introduction of something new or improved. It can involve new ideas, methods, products, or services that lead to an advancement or improvement in various fields. In a business context, innovation often means creating new value through the application of new ideas or processes. Respondents said Nigeria is actually not doing bad when it comes to having innovative minds, but investing in them to actualize their dreams is a continuous problem on the part of government, adding that the government has constantly discouraged a lot of innovative minds through their policies. The further said government can do more in ensuring innovations are championed to keep the country on the path of progress, especially in things to put Nigeria in competitive space with other countries.
We won't say we encourage innovation. For instance, what you and I see every day, you get, Nigeria is not actually a country that really appreciates, or should I say, encourages innovation. Reason because I feel our government are doing their best. Because if on their own part, they do what it is, what they should have done ever since this whole thing started, I think would have been in a better place. And I would say Nigeria encourages it, but at the moment it doesn't.
So when you are talking about innovation, do you really call Nigerian? This is a country that kills people's dream. You understand? This is a country that whatever you are doing, just do it for yourself. Don't attach the country to it because nothing comes out of it. You understand? You can bring other innovations. You can bring innovations and the country will crash it down for you. So when it comes to innovation, I don't think Nigeria should be mentioned.
Nigeria is actually an innovative country anyway. And it's gone are those days that this kind of media you are using to interview me now was never there far back 1990, 1991. But as of today, innovation has brought BeeTv. Okay, innovation has also brought so many things that are so numerous I can't really mention right about now. You understand me? Saying today is World Innovation Day, it might not be that more as we would have been expecting, but at least to an extent, Nigeria is there.
World Innovation Day is celebrated April 21st annually. Freeman Osawe reporting for BeeTv News.
The Kogi State Governor Usman Odudu has pledged continued collaboration with journalists to promote transparency and strengthen media engagement in governance. He made this known in Lokoja during the public unveiling of the maiden Kogi State Annual Media Report, covering media activities from January 2024 to January 2025. The report offers a detailed audit of news trend and highlights the government's media relations within the state. Over the past year, Governor Dudu emphasized the vital role of the media in the democratic process, stressing the importance of responsible journalism and building public trust and ensuring accountability.
Let me restate that the true success of this report lies in the tireless efforts of journalists, media practitioners who have worked day and night to ensure that our messages reach the public in a timely, accurate, and engaging manner. The partnership has resulted, as we've seen today, in about 6,147 media mentions across various outlets, highlighting our presence and the policies and programs driving the wheel of progress in Kogi State.
It will guide us in continuously improving how we engage with our people, ensuring that our messages are clear, impactful, and aligned with our goal of open, transparent, and accountable governance.
And now to the foreign scene, where President Vladimir Putin sent around 200,000 troops into Ukraine in 2022. His goal was to quickly take over the capital. Kyiv removed the pro-Western government and bring Ukraine back under Russia's influence. Also, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reportedly shared details about American airstrikes on Yemen in a second private group chat on the Signal app, according to newsmen. BeeTv News Global News correspondent Rebecca Guffey tells us more on this and other stories from the foreign scene.
President Vladimir Putin's plan to take over Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, failed, but more than 3 years later, Russia still controls about 1/5 of Ukraine. At the start of the invasion, Putin said his goal was to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine, a claim widely dismissed as a distortion of history. Russia has falsely described Ukraine as a Nazi state. He also claimed that the West, especially NATO, was trying to move closer to Russia by using Ukraine. Putin has questioned Ukraine's right to exist as a separate nation. He has called it an artificial state and claimed that Russians and Ukrainians are one people. Meanwhile, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reportedly shared details about American airstrikes in Yemen in a second private group chat on the Signal app, according to newsmen. The messages sent on 15th March included flight schedules for US F-A-18 Hornets targeting Houthi forces. This comes just a week after reports of another Signal group where military operation details were also discussed. The White House insists that no classified information was shared in either group. The Houthis say they have launched drone attacks on 2 American targets, including the US aircraft carrier Truman and Vison, along with their naval ships. The group also said it struck location in Ascalon and Omar Rashrash. The Trump administration says its military actions are meant to stop the Houthis from threatening Red Sea shipping routes, which are vital for global trade. Since November 2023, the Houthis have attacked vessels linked to Israel as a show of support for Palestinians during the war in Gaza. And that's it from the global scene. Rebecca Guffey reporting for BeeTv News.
Beneath the glowing lights of New York's Times Square, Nigerian chess master and humanitarian Tunde Onakoya made history and a powerful statement. Partnering with U.S. chess master Sean Martinez, Onakoya broke the Guinness World Record for the longest chess marathon, surpassing the previous record of 61 hours. Let's now join our BeeTv News sports correspondent Freeman Osawe for more on this and other fascinating stories from the world of sports.
On Sunday, Onakoya crossed the 62-hour mark, breaking the standing record and entering the Guinness World Record books. A stunning 70-hour marathon of continuous chess, the record is subject to ratification, but for Onakoya, this was more than a test of endurance, it was a movement. A mission to change the narrative for millions of underprivileged children in Nigeria through the universal language of chess. Arsenal ensured that Liverpool could not secure the Premier League title on Sunday by cruising to a 4-0 victory over 10 Man Ipswich, while Chelsea beat Fulham 2-1 to climb into the Champions League. Manchester United suffered a hangover from their Europa League heroics against Lyon as Wolves won 1-0 at Old Trafford to secure survival. Liverpool needed both an Arsenal defeat and a win over Leicester later on Sunday to steal a record-calling 20th English top flight title. Defeat all but ends Ipswich hopes of maintaining their Premier League status as they sit 15 points adrift of safety, with 5 games remaining and possess a significant worse goal difference than West Ham. Carlos Alcaraz believes fatigue contributed to the leg issue that troubled him in his Barcelona Open final defeat, and the Spaniard said the grueling nature of Europe's clay court swing gave him even more reason to marvel at Rafa Nadal's success. After winning the Monte Carlo Trophy last week, Alcaraz was seeking a third title in 4 years at Barcelona, but the 21-year-old 9-match winning run on clay was snapped by Ogarion, who see the 7-6-6-2 victory on Sunday. And that's it on Sport News. Freeman Osawu reporting for BeeTv News.
And that is the size of our news package for tonight. Many thanks for joining us on BeeTv Major News. I am Evelyn Izibili. Thank you and have a good night.